You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The Herons are champs. Yeah. Roll south to Freedom Park, rocking pink and black. Official tissue in the 305, bounty full of grapes. The Battered Fan with Chris and Dan dropping hot takes. Messi and the Herons start the season with a star on the crest, so 29 fan bases can cry, cause we the best. Sign homegrowns like Noah, Frey and Ruiz, replacing goats with greats. Yeah, Miles got the cheese and he called it. Freedom to dream was the backbone. From Lockhart to Miami, it feels good to be at home. Multiple times a week on YouTube and audio. Take the time to subscribe, like and share the show. So check and chat, grab your MLS cup and coming. No question about it, I'm ready to get a star again.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 526 of the Kissing Sisters podcast. I am your host, Daniel Goodnight, alongside me, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I really don't like reading the chat. I mean, I thought I was bad, but
you are.
I mean, I guess I'm not that bad. I mean, obviously, look at the chat, Danny. The masses agree with today. So I'm not that bad.
This is what I was waiting for. I knew that was coming at some point.
Of course. You can't blame it on Mascherano.
No, but this one you might be able
By
to
the
blame
way,
it on
I just want to say, at halftime, I'm walking through the areas where everybody walks through outside of the, sections, and just randomly walking past me is Javier Morales in all black, no Inter Miami drip.
He's not with the team anymore.
And I'm like, hey, Javi, what's up? And then he kind of looks back at me like, oh, you noticed me. I'm like, yeah, I noticed you. What are you doing here? Up here with the normies.
Well, he still loves football. I'm sure he still wants to see the young kids do well, because a lot of the young kids got played today.
Maybe he should coach.
He might have thought, he might have thought that his son might get some play today.
Yeah, he might. I mean, but Hoyos is
might be why he was out there
coaching.
Yeah.
So there goes that.
Well, I mean, we're going to get into that because, right, everybody said we got to give him credit last week, and I tried, right, because I felt like the 5 in the back or 3 in the back, however you want to refer to it, was almost like a forced decision because of the fact that we were down so many defensive midfielders, and it looks like we gave him credit, right, because we don't know what he really wants to do. And today, do we blame him? He didn't have a lot of options, but I felt like some of his decisions were poor also. So I don't know. It's interesting. We find ourselves in an interesting place because we won 2 games on the road on the West Coast against good teams. One that we probably shouldn't have won against Colorado, and then the one against Raw Salt Lake, we looked much better than they did. That was a good win. And then we come home and we draw against the New England team that is, I mean, you know what? I'm going to stop saying that they're not good, because defensively they're good. That pivot they have, the double pivot of Yusuf and Brooklyn Reigns, those 2 guys are really locking shit
all
down.
over.
Yeah. So they got 2 studs back there, and they were doing their thing. They had that compact defense down packed, and we're gonna get into that because I feel like that was one of the reasons we were struggling. Because, well, we'll get into that later. General thoughts, Chris.
I mean, my general thoughts is I agree heavily with Amy. Inter Miami gave a shit performance, and is there no passion and grit and hard work, and it's very gas baggy to say that, but at the same time, there were instances where Carlos Hill is bringing the ball up, and no one goes up to him. Like the first half I'm watching, and there's just so much space. I'm like, okay, so what are you guys doing? Are you guys covering everybody else and just letting him do stuff, or do you guys just all not care?
Well, I need to see the highlights of the goals because
I was able to catch
that heel goal it looked
I
like
sent
it
it
was
to you.
just okay. I gotta check
I
that out
sent
because it
it.
looked like everybody just got caught sleeping.
Well, all right. So watch that while I give you my general thoughts, and watch the whole thing because there's a reason why it's a little longer. But my general thoughts really are this team, understandably, like you said, missing a midfield, missing a couple midfielders, Segovia and Bright. You want to give some credence to the coach, but he comes out with this sort of formation that you would imagine would be helpful. And thank goodness he played David Ruiz. And then all of a sudden it just transpired into something completely different. Noah Allen comes off. Allende comes in. You switch to a 4, but then you're still, I don't know. It just, it was very,
because you're going through the game.
well, I mean,
go through the game?
General thoughts is I didn't see any that I didn't see great effort from a lot of players, and I didn't. I a 1-1 draw against the Revolution. Yuck.
They have one of the better defenses in the league. I was looking, and they're allowing about 1 goal a game. They are, I think, second best in the Eastern Conference, only behind Nashville. And then in the West Coast, there's like 5 teams that are just like they don't allow any goals.
Yeah.
So they're way behind those teams. But in the Eastern Conference, they're second best defense at the moment.
I just don't get it though, Danny. Like I just don't. I don't think that this is still acceptable football. Like we tied, right? So technically, it's a positive outcome. But like someone put in the chat, we're gonna tie our way to the playoffs.
If Allende is healthy and you were going to play him anyway, why would you start Suarez? I don't get. I'm not into the whole Suarez.
I don't get it either. Well, listen, you could see the creation. Okay, now we're getting into half digesting here.
Okay, so let's start with the starting lineup before we get into the game.
Okay, so starting lineup, Danny. We got Dane St. Clair as the huge in the back, in between the pipes.
Would you like to do a poll right now before you get into it later?
I mean, listen, I wasn't going to do it right now, but
I want to get this out of the way. He had a good game.
But okay, hold on. Goalie.
Did he have a good game?
Hold on. Dane St. Clair.
You're not going to answer my question? Did he have a good game?
Blanco.
You can type and say yes or no.
Listen, I'm focusing on the poll. That deserves its respect. Okay. Right. And we'll answer after. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, the back 5 is Noah Allen on the left. You got Mikael on the left center back position. You got Falcone with his hair playing the center back safety. And then you got Lujan, and then you got Mura at the right back. And then the double pivot with David Ruiz and RDP, and then Messi at the 10. And then you got double striker this time with Beterame and Suarez. So that was interesting to see.
Oh, real quick, I guess this needs to be mentioned. The last 2 home games, we've started the show almost at midnight because we've taken so long to get home. I don't know what changes they made. Today, I got in my car. I was home like 25 minutes later. So,
well, I probably would have still gotten home like around midnight if I didn't leave a little earlier, because I left early. I went with my youngest daughter and caught the train. Caught the train that was before the end of the game, so I was luckily able to beat the foot traffic. So,
well, I got in my car 25 minutes later. I'm home, which is wild. So, such a difference from Chase Stadium today. The game, obviously, and somebody said, I thought you would be pissed. Maybe it's because of the transportation that I was so happy. I got in my car and I'm home 25 minutes later. I was like, oh my God. Like when I go to Chase Stadium, like this would never happen. So maybe that's made me feel a little better. But don't worry, I'm sure when we get into it, I'll get upset again.
I'll stop the goalie poly right now. Dane St. Clair is losing for the goalie poly, 33%, with Rocco Blanco at 67%.
Okay, so now, can you tell me, do you think he had a bad game?
I think he was, I think it was okay. I think Rocco could have blocked that. I think Rocco could have had a chance to block that.
I met a very nice couple in the Publix thing out before the game, and they were very nice. I forgot to ask for their name, but they said
I also met a very nice. Yes, I also met a very. I think you met the same couple. I think I a lovely lady, awesome guy, super good people. Took a picture with them. Lovely people, by the way. I didn't get the name either.
Well, they said that you and I have a good dynamic, and I told them I just don't like the guy.
Oh my god!
Like it's just genuine dislike.
Here I am telling the same people ask me the same question. Here I am like, oh, him and I have been friends for like 30 years, and here you are like, I just hate this guy. Oh my god!
I can't stand this guy. All right, so because you can't give me a real answer, did he have a bad game?
I gave you a right. I gave you the answer. If you don't like the answer, like that sounds like a you problem.
All right. Danny, tell me you were happy about no, I'm not happy about it. Absolutely not. And we're going to get into all the things that I'm not happy about because there's plenty of things that I'm not happy about.
So what did you think of the starting lineup?
After 25 minutes. The starting lineup, I was questioning why Suarez was starting. I know people have been asking for it. If he's going to start over Berterame. I don't need to see them together. I'm not an Allende fan. Everybody knows I'm not an Allende fan, but Suarez shouldn't be running out there 90 minutes. And I'm sure I'm going to have that debate with Solana tomorrow when we do Las Garzas. But I don't want to see Suarez out there for 90 minutes. I don't. I'm done with that. I don't know why Ian Frey isn't starting. We can get into the whole Mura thing in a bit, but Mura is a waste of space. I said that Frey would be a starter by the end of the season.
He
should be a starter already. He should already be starting. Mura did absolutely nothing today. And we can get in at halftime. We'll talk about the halftime subs because it's just absolutely just weird decisions made. I mean, that's just the best I could put it. It's nice to see some young kids playing.
Okay.
And
yeah, I mean, but he has no other choice.
Right. And to an extent, like you are short some people because it might go without mentioning, so I'll mention it now. I think the biggest contributing factor to this draw is the lack of Silvetti. And we'll get into that in a bit, but I think that he is the biggest missing piece here, and that is why we suffered so much.
That's interesting. I didn't think it would go that way. A night game, I'm going to agree with this. W Suarez start, no matter what Danny's saying.
No, absolutely not.
Well, the first half started, and I can tell in the first half that there is more creativity with the ball than there has been in the last couple games. You didn't see that. You're going to tell me that there wasn't a little bit more calmness up front in the final third?
In the first 15 minutes or
so? Chances that were potentially threatening. And Suarez was part of that. Like he was a piece in every single attack.
And Chris, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I thought that the attack looked solid in the first half for the first 20, 25 minutes, right?
Yes.
And what am I asking for? I'm asking for Suarez to play 25 minutes instead of giving it to me in the beginning. Give it to me at the end when the defender's a little more tired and when his legs are fresh and it's crunch time. I don't need to see him out there for 90 minutes.
But the thing is, there was
a great 25 minutes. That's great. Now give it to me at the end of the fucking game.
But then you're giving him Suarez has given you good patterns of play in this game, and we're talking about like he is a key cog in it with Berterame, who's our $15 million striker right next to him.
Okay, and I'm not disagreeing with you. And I thought in the beginning of the game, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna win." Like I was talking to my son because I won my son today. I was like, "We're gonna score a couple games. Hopefully, they leave some for our side because the way they're playing, they're gonna score a few on the other side because we sit behind the goal."
Yes.
That's what I thought the way they were playing. And then after the first 25 minutes or so, like we didn't look as dangerous. New England kind of
looked more dangerous after that. Yep.
Right. They grew into the game. They started playing that compact defense where they just kind of were clogging the middle of the pitch. You couldn't really get through there, which is where we need Silvetti, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So yes, the attack with Suarez looked great. And I'm not saying that he's not good, but I don't need him out there for 90 minutes. I don't. But again, because of all the injuries and all that other stuff, all right, that's fine. We'll see. I hope that that's not an indication of what's coming in the future. Once Silvetti's healthy, once you have Segovia, once you have everybody back, I don't want to see that guy for 90 minutes. Today, all right, I'm not a fan of it, but I guess I understand. Not too many options, but I don't want to see that so much.
I don't know if I can agree with not wanting to see him for 90 minutes. I mean, I get not wanting to see him for the whole game.
Did you forget last season?
Okay, but Danny, he's helping create, and we got players that are critical players that are missing. Imagine if we have a Silvetti in there. Imagine if we have like a Bright or a Segovia in there, like other players that contribute and that are just as equally great as far as creativity is concerned.
Again, I just don't want to see him for 90 minutes out there. And you know what? Maybe they do it for the next 3 or 4 games, and maybe it'll look okay. You're going to tell me that and I don't want to get onto his knees and all that stuff. We talked about that, and people talked about it so much, but at this point in his career, we thought he was going to retire. You can tell me you want to run him out there for 90 minutes for the rest of the season? No, he's a sub.
So Santiago's mentioning they put Allende in the left wing. There's no way.
They did.
He is worthless. Yeah. He is worthless in the left wing. Worthless. You put Silvetti on the right, he is worthless. And you're right in terms of like missing Silvetti. If Silvetti was on the left wing, then I think that this could have been a different game. But we don't have that. Look, you had Noah Allen that was pushing up more than Mura.
Well, I'll tell you I mean, we're a little all over the place, so I guess I'll just tell you what I was thinking. When they start playing that compact defense, and you got Messi, he's getting shadowed by Brooklyn Reigns and by Yusuf, and it's just making life impossible. You have players that need to cross the ball in, right? That's all they have to do.
Yes.
And they were trying, but they weren't succeeding. So what do you need? You need to work from the outside in. You need a winger that can give you something one-on-one, that can take and widen the defense, right? Spread them out so that you have more running space and you have players or defenders that come out to you. Silvetti does that. Silvetti sees somebody standing in front of him. He's like, oh, let's go. And he wants to take that player on. You need that. We didn't have that today from anybody. And if anything, if there was somebody that was contributing into the attack out wide with good crosses, it was Noah Allen in the first half. Why on earth would you take Noah Allen out? Mura is having a shit first half. Noah Allen is having a good first half in the attack. You take Noah Allen out on the left side, and then you go ahead and you put Mura over there, and then you go 4 in the back? How does this make any sense?
And then not even bringing up Ian Frey, like who also helps attack on the opposite side. So you're just going to keep him on the bench. You're just going to not start him. And then on top of that, you're going to keep Mura in for the second half and not have anything on the right side or the left side.
Let me look up at Mura, because I felt like Mura didn't do shit today.
No, Mura was absolutely astronomically terrible. Mura, every single time he got the ball back, he'd pass it back. He made no progressive runs. He attacked no one. His defense was suspect at best. So, but I guess clearly the new coach, slimy used car salesman guy, sees that Ian Frey is not serviceable enough to play in front of Facundo Mura. What a disaster.
Mura had 49 touches. He had 0 successful crosses into the box. He had 2 crosses total.
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember one of them sailed over the planet Mars. The guy's a mess.
Now, what I was telling you about having to go wide and have somebody that can contribute out wide, Ian Frey came in, and Ian Frey immediately started trying to take defenders out wide and started crossing. Yeah. Like, we need that. We need Silvetti for that, because when Allende's on the right side, he doesn't give you that. We don't have any other winger that gives you that. Silvetti's the only one. Delasco might, but Delasco is not very good out wide. But you don't have anybody that gives you anything out wide as far as dribbling and taking people on one-on-one.
So we're already in the second half, Danny, because I also wanted to talk about Ian Frey's header, where he was in a good position to be able to score, and that is something that you get from Frey and not from Mura. But halftime comes. How'd you feel? 0-0. Your favorite score line. What's your favorite?
I thought we were gonna win. I thought
you know why that's your favorite?
Like the better side.
Why? You know that's why your favorite, because it's nice and boring. Like, listen, nice and boring, where you got people in the stands doing the wave. Oh, what a disaster. And then Dane St. Clair gets his little clean sheet, so your balls are tickling like, ooh, Dane St. Clair looks like a good goalie.
Oh, my God. You know that if that was Rocco, right now you'd be just singing his praises. Shut up.
I'm just saying. 0-0, I didn't like it. People were doing the wave. No. I was bored. What a mess.
No, nobody liked it. And I thought that Miami should have scored at least one. But Terame, I thought, you know what? And if I predicted tie, I would have been right. The last 3 home games. We have as many draws almost as wins this season. I forgot what I was going to say now.
When I was talking about the halftime, how you felt about it, because we tied. Your favorite score of all time.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
But you love Dane St. Clair.
I do love Dane St. Clair. You've made me, like, you've pushed me to him. You ever seen like a teenage girl that like kind of likes a guy, but when she finds out her parents like want nothing to do with him, then it makes her like grow closer to him. Like, you know what? I really love this guy now. Just because my parents, like, that is, I love Dane St. Clair now. Like, he is my favorite. He is my effing favorite now.
Better than Marsman?
I never liked Marsman.
Oh, I thought you were a fan of him.
Right. No. So yeah, the first half, I thought we should have had some. Berterame had a bad miss in the first half also, which I thought should have been converted into a goal. Berterame just isn't, he's just not doing it consistently, unfortunately. Yeah. So Berterame is, doing what Berterame does. And that's it. David Ruiz, I thought, had a good first half. Second half, not so much.
I thought he was. I thought his first half was pretty clean. I think that he was making advance. I think
he fell off a little bit. But you know what? He's rusty. He hasn't played in a while.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. He hasn't played critical minutes like that in a while. Yeah. I mean, since last year, really.
And I understand that you're shorthanded, but man, like when that game was like you're down 1-0 and you tied 1-1, and they kept bringing in young kids, and I'm like, oh man, like this is a tough spot to put these kids in.
Yes.
Like I'm not a fan of what Muda is doing right now, but I don't know. Let's keep them in there. Like this is not the time to have like growing pains, but we came out with the draw. Am I happy about it? No, but I think it has a lot to do with the situation we were in.
So we start the second half then, Danny, and Luca Langoni comes in for Feingold, and then Tadeo Allende comes in for Noah Allen. And let's go, Boss Daddy, because we need it. Because the fact of the matter is that we're playing against Orlando. So I think this is the reason why we didn't win or lose this game.
Because we want the first win to ever be against Orlando. The first win was in at Chase Stadium, Drive Pink, Inter Miami Stadium, whatever, was against Orlando also.
Wow. That would be great.
So there you go.
Yeah. But you don't want to lose against really Orlando.
Bad. No, Orlando's really bad. Like New England, although we didn't think that they were that good, they're third in the East or second at this point or something, So like they're a top team technically. Orlando's just been terrible all year. So if you're going to the game next week, you're probably going to witness the first ever win in new stadium. So shout out to Boss Daddy. I hope you get to meet Allende. All right. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I mean that we had those substitutions. I missed the goal where I think we scored, but it was an offsides. I ended up seeing the highlights where apparently RDP ended up giving an advancing pass, a lead pass to Tadeo Allende. He scores, but he was called offside. He was offside by like a leg.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, it looked like he was offsides by like a leg. So again, it could have been debated, but by the rule, it looked like he was offsides.
Okay, because
they didn't even
my brother
go
was,
to VR.
No, they weren't. My brother was watching the highlights in the car, so I could hear it. I couldn't see it because I was driving. But I heard when he was watching the highlights that the announcer said, "I think he's on." So I haven't had a chance to look at it. Yeah,
it looked mighty close. Oh yeah. I mean, it was a leg. You could see it, but it was mighty close.
Where are all the conspiracy theorists to say that MLS is just doing everything possible for us to win? Like, has that kind of died down? Is that over? People don't say that anymore.
I think it's over. I think so.
All right, good.
But Carlos Hill ends up getting the first goal of the game. And you saw the highlight. You saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it. I was just a couple minutes ago. I watched. He basically, it looks from what you sent me, at least, it looks like almost like a dummy pass. He just let the ball just go right by him, and Falcon turned around, sees the ball, and no urgency. At least it seems to me. Like, maybe if I watch it back, I don't know. It seemed like no urgency, and Carlos Hill's running like a madman, unmarked to that ball.
Well, that's the problem.
Crappy way to give up a goal.
Well, so if you pull up the replay, you can be able to see. And I zoomed in on the replay on the screen record that I did. You see RDP literally standing there. And he is just
next to him.
Quicksand. He is in quicksand. And, Carlos Hill just runs right by him. And that's what Dane St. Clair was complaining at. Like, why isn't nobody on this guy? Why is nobody approaching him? He had a red carpet to the ball. You know what it is? That he had a red carpet to the ball and had enough thinking ability in those seconds to do a baby chip over your greatest goalie of all time and score a goal on us unmarked. I mean, Amy, you're saying that Inter Miami looked tired from traveling.
That wasn't the ball that was on him.
That was so you see DePaul there. DePaul is right there. He's not the top of the box.
Okay. Yes.
You see it. He is not at the top of the box.
Let's risk getting copyright infringement.
Are you going to risk it? Why don't you do a picture?
Because
Dude, what are you doing?
Can you see this?
So I could see it. Yes. Are you going to play it?
That's him at the top of the box.
Okay. All right. But the pass hasn't come in yet.
That's David Ruiz.
Okay, yes.
With him.
All right, but that's out there. If you forward it,
you see.
All right, that's not playing YouTube.
David Ruiz is staying with him, and then kind of just lets up. And Carlos who does not.
All right, but then look at RDP. He's right there.
Yes, you're right. He should.
Isn't that like a transfer, or is David Ruiz supposed to follow that? Isn't David Ruiz passing him over to the next defender?
Well, the problem here is you got Falcon. Look where the ball is. Look where Falcon is. He's staring at the ball.
Yes.
You have Rodrigo DePaul staring at the ball, and you have David Ruiz.
But he's still battling that Rando Bando guy there. He's battling him.
We got three guys that should be at least making an attempt to go towards the ball. David Ruiz already stopped running. Rodrigo DePaul's about to stop running, and then Falcon is the only one there that seems like he's kind of fighting, but he could have put a toe on it or something. Just a bad lapse, a defensive mishap. That's unfortunate. YouTube, I didn't play it. So yes.
So Carlos Hill with the freaking goal, assist by Turgeman. And what a mess. 3 minutes later, Tadeo Allende gets a yellow card. David Ruiz 9 minutes later gets a yellow card. And then that's when you get a substitution. And Jonathan Lacey, let it, guys, you didn't see anything, okay? For those of you on radio, sorry about that. David Ruiz gets out at man, what a mess. In the 70th minute, that's when you have substitutions with Lujan coming out and Ruiz coming out.
I'm sorry, and that's my fault because I kind of let you keep going. Let's go back to halftime before the goal. Why is Noah Allen, who's had a better first half than Mura, coming off the game?
Beats me.
It's the same reason that Mura's starting over Ian Frey.
It's
bias.
because
it's bias.
It's bias. It is bias.
Mura has not played better than Frey this year.
No, he has.
He is not. Zero. No,
You're clearly
you
seeing a bias.
And then Noah Allen, okay, maybe he hasn't had the cleanest of years, but the last game he played pretty well. Defensively, maybe Gozo got him a couple times, but in the attack he played well. And this first half he was playing well. He had a good first half. Why yes, 100%. There's bias there. Why else is Mura playing these games? Like, Ian Frey should be starting. Oh, and this is Ian F. and Frey. Like he should be starting. He should be starting.
Guaranteed.
He should be
I
starting.
told you guys.
And you know what? When he didn't start, I said, that sucks, but whatever. Let's see what Mura does. Didn't do anything.
Nothing.
And then there's a sub, and I'm like, is that Mura on the left side? And then I don't see it because they don't announce it right away. They waited like 47th minute to announce that there had been a sub at halftime. And I see him on the left side. I'm like, where the hell Noah Allen came out? And all of a sudden, it's 4 in the back. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? And all of a sudden, they announced that Tadeo Allende's in the game. I'm like, did they really just go to a 4 in the back? Because we've looked so good with a 4 in the back, right? That's where we've our bread and butter. Absolutely. So
Ian blood clot Frey for sure.
We went 4 in the back. We added the not the Swiss Army knife. What is that we call him?
Frey is like the Argentine Punisher, is what he is. I keep mentioning this every show. He has to battle out Argentines for the last 3 years to earn that right back spot.
Sub V is wild. He's saying Messi is not good.
Well, I mean,
Messi had a couple on frame. He had a couple on frame, and there was one that he opened space for himself going to his right, and he took a shot with the right, went right over the bar. I don't know, man. As soon as Messi gets on the ball, I don't know. Absolutely.
He actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think he also blew an opportunity a little wide. I mean, the ball kind of got under him, behind him in the first half. So I can't really hate on him too much.
And then the XG, that I think that is
that is bullshit.
No,
that's what number, that is. That is
no
bullshit.
That number is
what
that
is that?
high. No, but it's that high because of the last 10 minutes of the game, where we kept getting headers on frame and stuff like that. Like, it was easy saves for Matt Turner. Like, they were all in his chest, because Matt Turner ended up with 9 saves. But I don't think that you can look at 9 times that we had dangerous chances.
How likely is it that the coach has Buju Banton on his playlist? There's no way.
How raw would
right?
I don't know, because I'm surprised every time Inter Miami comes out. The first song they play is Rick Ross, Hustlin', and then the second one is Kodak. And then the second one, because all 3 games it's happened, and I've noticed
they've done it the same. Yes,
it's Rick Ross, Hustlin', then it's Kodak Black. I forgot what the name of the song is. I forgot the name of the song. And then the third song is Bad Bunny. I forgot which song, but those are the first 3 songs.
Nueva York.
I'm like, no, is it? Well, I know it's a Bad Bunny song, but regardless, I'm like, why are they going Spanish, all pregame? They come out as Rick Ross, Kodak Black. I guess
random ass Rick Ross.
No, it's but South Florida, I'm assuming.
But you're gonna drop Hustlin'? Rick Ross has so many other Miami-Dade bangers. That, I don't know if Hustlin'. Yeah, I mean, Trick Daddy would be it. That's the best way, of course.
Oh my god, that would be the best. Well, so yeah, I don't get that the subs. You don't want to blame Hoyos. I don't know. I'm not. I think those subs were a bit off, and then we finally had Ian Frey come on in the 69th minute, and we had Preston Planbeck.
Yes.
Coming also in the 69th minute, they substituted for Lujan and David Ruiz. And as soon as Ian Frey came on, immediately dribbling to the end line. Immediately. Like he is forcing them to get wide.
It's funny. Q Endo Crew. Chris is the guy you think you see everywhere. Do I look like a guy like that?
You know, Preston Blambeck, I'm assuming I'm saying that correctly. The first touch he got the ball, he touched it to his left, and he took a shot on the ground, curler. It looked like it was gonna go in.
Yeah.
If Matt Turner, that's the
nice.
best save that Matt Turner had to make. As soon as he touched the ball, the next time, everybody in our section, shoot it. Everybody, was like,
yeah.
This kid's good. Like,
this kid could shoot. This kid could shoot.
Shoot it. Everybody was just yelling like it was Messi that was touching the ball. But
well,
I mean, I like what I saw.
Muda wasn't shooting it, and he ends up getting subbed out for Abadi Herrera. So that was, if I'm not mistaken, the substitution right before the goal that Jeremy Beterame ended up getting.
Yeah.
And look, Marasovic is kind of preaching here. Turner was working for his spot for sure, because Matt Freese is giving him a run for his money.
Yeah, I was talking to my son about that also. I was like, you see this guy right, because he was right in front of us. And you know what, Matt Turner, shout out to him. Very nice. He was talking to a lot of people in our section. He was talking to people in our section and saying hi to a lot of the kids and stuff. He was very nice. He's the only visiting keeper in both stadiums that I've seen do that. But he took his time. He was like talking to people in the first row. Very cool guy. But I was telling my son, I was like, hey, when we watch in Team USA in the World Cup, he might be the backup or he might be the starter.
My son and I have a rule that Matt Turner and Joe Willis were the two goalies we could not scream at.
That's a good rule. Well, Chris Brady, I wouldn't scream at either.
Well, no, Chris Brady, at some point I gave him the business. I'm not going to lie.
We stopped with that when that guy, remember the guy behind us?
Oh, yeah. That was really bad. That was really bad.
Those substitutions happen. When Muda came off, although I was really upset that Muda played for so long, when they put in Abadia, I was a little worried. Not because I don't think he's good. I don't know too much about the kid, honestly. But I was like, man, right now, like we're tied 1-1. We got a chance at winning this game. We got like 15 some odd minutes left. Do we really want to put on a young kid right now? Because we already got Preston out there. Like, maybe we should keep some veterans out there. But you know what? He didn't look bad.
I think he looked all right. And I mean, Beterame ended up getting a goal, which was essentially a rebound. Right?
Yeah, that's how he scored all his stuff. Like everybody's like, oh, he's scoring now. He's
scoring.
He's there. He's there.
He's got crumbs. He's got crumb goals. Like if it wasn't for Luis Suarez actually getting that attempt off, which was on frame, by the way. If it wasn't for him doing that, then Beterame wouldn't be there to eat up the crumbs.
Suarez had a nice attempt in the first half too. I think it was a volley. Yes. I can't remember exactly.
Well, but you don't like him playing more than 25 minutes, buddy. I mean,
correct.
But that's the stuff that you need, though, Danny. But
and
that's the stuff that you're not getting minutes from Beterame.
But Beterame, as much as I dislike the guy, he presses.
His work rate.
Oh, that work rate.
Oh.
Yeah, that work rate.
Oh my God.
But he can give you that for 90 minutes. Suarez isn't giving you that. You and I both agreed. You and I both agreed. Messi, you know what? Pull out the lawn chair, sit there. I don't care. You don't have to defend, and I won't complain about it. I don't care if you lay down, literally, while the other team is in possession. Whatever. Do whatever the hell you want. Guess what? The other 10 players, you got to make up for that. And Suarez isn't going to do that. I can't have that for 90 minutes.
Alex is saying that 2-9 combo is nice. Danny doesn't like it.
I like
and
it for
listen,
30 minutes.
Kentil is on my side here. Tell him, Chris, crumb snatcher. I'm going to make a poll.
What's the poll?
Go.
All right. So after that goal, I was convinced. I told my son, I was like, hey, we're about to watch a game winner. I was convinced we were going to win. And at that point, New England was just playing for the tie. It felt like, but they obviously, if they had counter opportunities, they were taking them. And there was a couple where they had one-on-one opportunities with St. Clair, and St. Clair stood tall and got those saves.
I put up a poll, by the way. Number 1 for yes, number 2 for no. Is Beterame a rat crumb snatcher? That's the poll.
So Dane St. Clair got some big saves at the end of the game with a couple counter opportunities, because we were chasing it. Like, Inter Miami wanted that. And you know what? When we scored that goal, you know how when you tie a game or you're trying to make a comeback, you score a goal, you grab the ball, and then you run it to the middle of the pitch?
Yes.
Rodrigo de Paul tried to do that, and the ref grabbed the ball and didn't let him. And Rodrigo de Paul kept trying to take the ball, and the ref started arguing with him. And then Falcon tried to take the ball, and the ref's like, nah, he bited that thing also. It was very weird interaction there. The ref was not having it. He's like, yo, you can't rush this. It was really weird.
Well, and I want to bring something up here, because Sean is saying, isn't a poacher supposed to be a crumb snatcher, though? And Alex is saying, like, all box nines. So yes. I guess technically he's supposed to be a crumb snatcher. Get me goals. Get me goals. Yes. I'm going to stop the poll. He is a rat crumb snatcher.
The issue is that on this team, we don't have anybody outside of Messi that's going to give him the service for him to be a poacher. And 2, he's taking up a DP spot. So we need him to be a little more than a poacher. And I think that's where the Berterame hate is. Because look, Haaland, he's a poacher also. 70% of his goals are just tap-ins, if not more. And everybody loves him. But, he can do that on Man City. Over here, we need you to do a lot more if you're going to be taking up that DP spot.
This is a good point also, Sean Callahan. And I'm just going to preface this by saying RDP had a goal last game from distance. And I don't believe that he could do that on a normal, consistent basis. But Sean Callahan is saying we also don't have anyone just to crank distance shots for the rebounds. Listen, Segovia could do it. Segovia is about that life.
Segovia is. And Messi took a couple shots from outside the box that I thought were dangerous. And then towards the end of the game, we had... go ahead.
No, you were going to say towards the end of the game?
We had a couple good opportunities. We had Ian Frey had a clean look with a header, but all he had to do was flick it on, and he kind of just went with it direct, so it went well wide. And then Allende had, I thought, what looked like a really good opportunity at a header, and it went straight at Matt Turner. I think those were the best 2 opportunities. Easy save for Matt Turner, and after that, the game was basically over.
Yeah, I saw Mikael ended up getting a yellow card as well. That ends the game. 1-1. You get it Danny style. Get the tie till you die, Inter Miami. And that's the game. So what do you think in terms of the game? Are we going to go through our awards here?
Yeah, sure. But again, when they start playing that compact defense, we need to stretch them out wide. And we have nobody to do that with. Silvetti can't do that.
Yeah.
Noah Allen, he'll cross it, but he's not going to take anybody on one-on-one. Silvetti helps so much with that because he could work the ball into the box. He'll play that ball up to the end line and then work the way inside the box, taking defenders one-on-one. And when you do that, you break down the defense. You make them unorganized when they try to go ahead and help defend. And that's what we needed today. Silvetti, because of his dribbling and his ability to take players one-on-one, is something that we desperately need. Even if you think that he hasn't been having the best of years, just with his ability to do that, that helps us so much.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have that. Nobody. As soon as they got the ball wide, they stayed in the box because what's coming? A cross. Like nobody's trying to dribble in there. There's a cross coming. Let's defend the air. And that's it. So.
Well, I guess we should just get to awards then, which, by the way, I saw your post earlier and I thought it was mad weird how in the beginning of the game, the people started the clock backwards from 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah, but they corrected it. I forgot to put that on Twitter that they corrected it.
Well, the funny thing, they did. They corrected it a minute and a half later, But then when the guy brought up the 2 minutes for the rest of the game, there was a point where at the end of the half they were kind of confused because they were looking at the board, and the board added more minutes because they messed up on their time so much. So that was kind of weird.
So any standouts?
Yeah, I'm gonna give my standout to Luis Suarez. That's it. Luis Suarez gets my standout. Played a great game. Go ahead.
You done?
Yeah, that's it. Played a great game. I was gonna say that he made an awesome impact with creating and passing and creating lanes himself even without the ball. So that's who gets my standout.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go Noah Allen. In the first half, I thought he played well. Preston,
I'll go Ian Frey. I'll go Ian Frey too.
And Ian Frey. That's a good one too. All right.
Yeah.
Que pena.
I'm gonna give my que pena. Wow, I don't know if I should give this guy my que pena. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him because I kind of wanted to lean back to the huge, but Facundo Mura, you get the que pena award. You are shite. This is where I was gonna.
Because you went Mura, I'll go somebody else. I'll go Falcon. I thought Falcon just in the lead up, to the goal. The reason that they had the ball to begin with is because there was a possession where they were going down the middle of the pitch, and he whiffed. I don't know if he tried to clear it or the defender just nutmegged him or what. But from my seat, clear as day, you could see the defender went right by him, and that's why they were in a dangerous position in the box. And I don't know if it ended up being a corner or a throw-in, but immediately after that he whiffed, they played the ball in, it went out, and they played it back in, whether a corner or throw-in, and then they scored. It was because initially Falcon whiffed completely on it, and then they ended up in a dangerous position. So Falcon double time on that one goal. The reason they were there to begin with in the final third, and then actually just staring at the ball and not doing anything about it. So I'm gonna go Falcon. And I also don't know why he won match last game. Yeah,
Yeah.
Salons for Real Salt Lake, they didn't do well, but I thought it was like a team effort. I didn't think it was Falcon himself. I thought it was a team effort. I thought Mikael had a great game last game also.
Well, but the thing is, Danny, he's super animated when he makes like a super defensive play, and you see it on camera, and super tough guy. You know, I mean, Soccer Daddy just joined. He said, "Are you guys criticizing Allende tonight?"
No, I mean, he didn't do shit, but no, I mean, whatever. He did a lot of what he always does.
Falcon left his brain in the locker room, according to Miss Spider Pig. Mr. Spider
Go back.
Pig.
If you could watch the play right before they scored the goal, it was on him also. It was like back-to-back blunders by him, and they scored that one goal, which ended up being the difference in the dub. All right. So que pena, I said Falcon, man of the match other than Messi.
You know, I'd like to tell you that it's easy for me to pick it, and it is. It's Luis Suarez, man of the match.
All right. So Luis Suarez is your man of the match other than Messi, and I'm going to give you mine. Dane Saint motherfucking Claire is the man of the match. He saved us at the end of the game. If he doesn't get those two saves on counters, we do not win the game. So shout out to Dane St. Clair for being man of the match other than Messi. Give him the stupid little Royal Caribbean thing is what they should do.
No, he doesn't deserve that. He let a goal in right by him. Thing was floating at 0.5 mile per hour.
Yeah, that's how it went in. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was 0.5 mile per hour. Like, Rocco could have blinked at it and blocked it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who got the Royal Caribbean thing today? Do they not give it when it's a draw? They only give it when it's a win?
Well, I mean, I guess. Xavier, we're not doing goalie poly. We already did goalie poly.
No, you're
not. You know what? But you know what? I think I can resume it. Boom. Let's do it. I'll resume it right now. Goalie Poli is up. 1 for Dane St. Clair, 2 for Rocco Blanco. Okay. Are you going to bring up the FOMOB scores so we could take a gander and a guess? And I could tell you that Dane
I already
St.
looked
Clair.
at them. So.
Okay. All right. That's good. It's a good thing I don't look at those things.
Yeah. So highest rated player that did not score or assist. So basically, it just removes Berterame.
Luis Suarez.
No.
Why you laugh at that? That shouldn't be laughed at.
If he was only playing for 25 minutes, I'm sure he might have been.
It's going to be messy.
Yes, absolutely. And he's actually tied for first.
Really? Okay, so and it's not with Luis Suarez.
No.
Oh, don't tell me that Rodrigo De Paul tied with him.
Of course. He had 150 touches on the ball today. And he had some bad giveaways, but 150 touches on the ball. He was the buildup.
I had a guy sitting behind me today watching this game. He's like, he's like, "Ooh, el motorcito. You don't know how bad I wanted to turn around and laugh at that guy. But whatever.
Well, have you heard?
I'm stopping the poll,
crowd
everybody.
Cheers for him. The way the crowd cheers for him when he gets called introduced.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, it's like if it wasn't for Messi, he'd be like the highest, of course, the person cheered for.
Yeah.
And who gets the lowest score? I mean, it's got to be Mura, right? Like it can't be.
It's actually a tie.
Else.
It's a tie for lowest.
So it's between Mura and Allende.
Well, we don't do for.
Okay, so you're not looking at bench.
No.
Okay, so it's got to be Mura and Falcon.
Yep.
Oh, boop.
6.4.
Right on the money.
Yep. 6.4 for both of them. After that, it's Noah Allen and David Ruiz. And then after that is Lujan and Mikael.
Sean needs to know how many passes did we have in this game.
I'll check that for you right now. Just so you know how Messi was tied with Rodrigo De Paul for first? Guess who's right after them?
I mean,
one
goal,
of
course. Of course, one goal.
You know who it is.
Guy, I'm telling you, Rocco would have blocked that.
All right. So passes.
Because Sean is saying 150 of those are RDP. That's laughable.
Oh, the touches?
Yeah.
345.
Oh my goodness. He makes up for almost half.
377 actually. I'm sorry. 345 were accurate. 377 total.
Oh, look at this. I didn't see this. AJ bringing up some juicy juice. Said, did you all see Ruiz yelling at RDP? I was kind of here for it.
I'm here for it also. RDP was giving the ball away also. Now, did he get subbed off immediately after that happened is what I want to know.
That's a good question. Alex saying RDP pass, work rate today. He put in a shift. Milk the clock.
I didn't think he was bad today. I mean, he had some bad giveaways, but I didn't think he was bad. But again, that's not what you want to say about your second highest paid DP, which is where the issue lies, right? That's the issue with MLS.
Juicy Juice is a juice brand, Mr. Krabs. Definitely. Right. Let me. I think if there's anybody that you don't want to smoke with is David Ruiz and maybe like Yannick Bright.
I have a feeling Ian Frey bought that also.
Oh, I feel like no. The thing is, Ian Frey, he's always super like smiling and happy. But I feel like you've seen
him get into it with people on the pitch.
Oh yeah.
And we also heard what we heard about happened
Well, yeah.
We heard.
You know who I kind of miss? I kind of miss Cello.
Cello was about that.
I kind of miss Cello.
He's throwing up his set. With
would Cello be better than Muda right now?
Of course.
How wild is that?
It's not wild. And we always said that Cello wasn't bad. It's just that we thought Frey was better.
But so we got rid of a guy that wasn't bad for someone who's freaking awful.
Sean saying, I don't see Yannick Bright throwing hands. No, you're right. I don't see Bright like that either. But I see Ian Frey and David Ruiz like that.
Oh, yeah. And apparently Sucks is saying Chelo's doing horrible in Boca Juniors.
No, that sucks for him. All right. Well, I think we've hit the end here, Chris. Do you have any final words?
I mean, nothing out of the usual. We got another game next week. Like, God forbid, if Orlando wins in new stadium. Draws. Oh my gosh!
Even if they draw, it would be bad because they're so bad this year. You can't draw with Orlando.
My gosh! So okay, all right. Let's do this. If they draw against Orlando, is it panic time?
I don't think so, but I think you're starting to inch much closer. But you know why? Because let's say you draw with Orlando, you're still somehow like second in the East, like fifth in the Supporter Shield. Like you're still there. And again, we were in the same position last year. I think we were worse off last year because last year by this time we had like 3 losses already. This year we just haven't been able to get those dubs, but we were losing. Now, if you tell me that we're like this after the summer, how many games we got until summer break? We got Orlando next week on your birthday.
Yeah.
Then we got Portland, Philly. Is it 3 games only? No, I'm missing one, right?
We got like Portland, Philly. No, there's another one. There's another one in there. Hold on. There's Orlando, Toronto.
Yeah.
Cincy.
Toronto.
So we got Orlando, Toronto, Cincy. Those are road games. Then we got Portland. Then we got Philly. And then that's it. That's it. Summer break.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 matches before we get to the World Cup break.
This poll is polling, baby.
Oh, wow. If we tie with versus Orlando, is it over? Jesus. You said, is it panic mode, not is it over?
That is panic mode. It's over.
No, Jesus Christ. All right. Well, look. Are you worried right now? I guess we'll end it with this. And
yes.
You don't have to poll it. Just in the chat. Just write down. Are you worried right now? And you just put either worried, not yet, or not at all. Just put one of those 3.
Or good. Worried or good.
Not yet. Because though some people might be on the edge, like, not yet, but I'm getting there. And then some people might be like, no, we're good. Look, it's already over, Soccer Daddy. No.
So I'll stop the poll here.
Been worried since the CCC crash out.
Oh, man.
Not worried.
Sean is...
Bars will save us. Not at all. Absolutely not. One is worried. Worried about what? That we won't win the MLS Cup? Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's the only thing we got going for us, right? I'm not worried about the Leagues Cup. Worried 101. Not worried, just tired. No, not at all. Worried. Chris Beard has got more grace from each game.
Yes, it has. I've been considering trimming it down. Like, this is olding me.
We didn't lose to Nashville. We got eliminated on a technicality, but we never lost to Nashville. So don't let them tell you that beat us. They eliminated us on a technicality. They never beat us. So let's just make that very clear. Because I know they run around.
Thank you for the birthday wish, Amy.
Talking about that. Talking about they beat us. They ain't beat nobody.
I'm never going to dye my hair, ever. I would ever do anything artificial to myself, ever.
They moved on. We lost. No, we didn't lose. We got eliminated.
Yes, we lost, Danny. We lost in a tournament.
No.
We are losers.
No, we got eliminated. We didn't lose. When you look at that score,
really?
It was 0-0. Did we lose that game?
No, but we lost in aggregate.
An aggregate? Okay. You know what aggregate is? The aggregate score for those 2 games was 1-1. Did we lose that second game? Did we lose the second game? Technically, we did.
by the
No,
rules.
we got eliminated. We never lost. Because I'm tired of Nashville celebrating that they beat us. They never beat us.
Yeah, he's not going to do that, soccer daddy. He's going to
Fuck
sit here
no.
and 2 + 2 is 6.
All right. So, look, I'm not worried. We've seen this movie before. We saw it the year we won the Supporter Shield. We saw it last year, the year we won the MLS Cup. We're seeing it again. And this year doesn't even look as bad as it did the previous years. Because you know what? 2 years ago, we weren't looking great. And we're like, oh, no, what are we going to do? Messi and Suarez are leaving us for a full summer because of Copa America. We're cooked. And we didn't lose over the summer. Last year, we got our ass kicked by like Minnesota, Chicago, a bunch of stuff. And look, we ended up winning MLS Cup. So I'm not worried at all. I think that we'll be fine. And I'm curious to see what happens in the summer. That's what I'm really curious to see, because I'm hoping that they somehow figure out a way to move Berterame on and get another DP. Because like I've said a million times over the last year, this summer I think is going to be huge. I think you're going to see a lot of players coming to the MLS this year. And by a lot, I don't mean like hundreds. I don't mean, 30. But I do think you'll see 5 to 10 big names coming, or at least recognizable names coming to MLS this summer. And I would like to be one of the teams that get one of those. Like 5 to 10.
I don't know about that.
I would like to be, but we need to get rid of Berterame for that.
We got like $5 in the bank account. By the way, guys, there's a poll up. CCC eliminated. You could put 1, or lost. You could put 2. So
and if anybody wants to help us, I want to beat Chris on FIFA because I have Dane St. Clair as my keeper, and I really want to just beat him and then laugh at him because Dane St. Clair saves. But somebody suggests that we should live stream it, and we have no idea
how do we do
that. So if anybody wants to, just in the comment section after the fact, just give us some direction. We really appreciate it, because I would love to kick his ass, and or EAFC, whatever you call it. So, all right. So, Chris, I'm done. I think we've covered everything. We appreciate everybody that came to hang out with us after the fact. Appreciate everybody I met at the stadium. If you're watching this live or after the fact, we appreciate that you. It was nice meeting you guys, and appreciate the support and all the fun that we have. And just, you guys make this really special. So it's been nice meeting you guys. All right, so I'm stopping the poll. Yes. 73% says eliminated. 27% say lost. So exactly, Chris. We got eliminated. We did not lose. What are you
That's
doing?
The goalie. That's the goalie that we need in our lives. That's the goalie
that's gonna score.
That guy right here.
All right.
That's him.
Okay. All right, Chris, do you have any final words?
No. I'll go ahead and hide the poll. St. Clair sucks, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, and we will be back on Monday. Maybe it's time to do a little bit of State of the Herons. Maybe we'll find the guest. So yes. Until the next one, have a good one.
This guy can't even be 90 plus.